Week 9 preview for fantasy football from suicidefantasyfootball.com. I'm Eric Butz.
And I'm Jim Butz.
We're going to start off talking a little quarterbacks, Jim. First, tell everybody who's on the bye. We got 4 teams this week on the bye week.
We got the Jaguars, and since we're talking quarterbacks, you ain't got to worry about them. We got the Lions.
Stafford.
You got the Vikings. And you got the Panthers. Killer Cam, who I've done a 180 on, and he's a must-start, so you got to worry about him.
First time in a while, Cam's not going to go over 250 yards.
Yeah.
I think the first time all season. I was going to say 300. He went 269 yesterday.
What about that monsoon game? Did he go?
I still think he put up decent numbers in the monsoon, Jim.
Yeah, he's been ridiculous. I had to eat some crow again today on Facebook.
All right, so there's a couple of injuries out there, a couple of guys on the bye. You might need to pick up a quarterback, Jim. Who you looking at first?
Number one, if I'm looking for a 1-week quarterback, I'm probably looking Matt Castle if somebody cut him. He's not a top 20 guy, so he might be out there. If he's available, he'd be the first name that I'd look at. They play against the Dolphins this week. I don't think he's going to be a long-term solution to your quarterback problems. But
1 week you need somebody. I like Castle, too.
Yeah.
All right, you got Kyle Orton if he's playing. If your boy Tebow is out.
I'm not even saying if he's playing. I'm picking up Kyle Orton because whether he's playing this week or next week, he's out. And my thought is if Tebow was playing, John Fox would have said Tebow's my guy. Why would I not back him? But he said,
and you think he's going to go
choice.
Back to Orton instead of going Brady Quinn? Let's see what we got with Brady Quinn.
I don't know. I think when Brady Quinn said, I'm going to go hang with my girlfriend, that kind of gave me a little off the team.
Yeah, John Fox don't put up with that crap.
John Fox ain't that kind of guy. So I think it's going to go back to Orton. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Tavares Jackson has a really good matchup this week. The Cowboys' pass defense is not great.
He's no Mike Vick, Jim.
He's no Mike Vick, and I'm not saying he's going to put up Mike Vick numbers, but he could throw for 250 and
he went for over 300 this week against the
Sidney
Bengals.
Rice is at least a legitimate wide receiver. Obamanu, Baldwin are decent guys.
I don't hate
Dallas is probably going to run the score up on them, so they're going to have to pass to stay in the game. So, it's not horrible, but again, it's not prime.
And then the fourth guy, you got Andy Dalton, Jim, a guy who I was very low on at the beginning of the season that I've come around to. Andy Dalton is a guy that if you need a quarterback, a long-term option, you should be looking at Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I think he's not going to get too high, but he's not going to be too low. He's going to be a guy who comes in and puts up, 225, a touchdown,
15, 20 points if you're lucky, and that's what you need out of a
filler.
guy.
1 week filler.
All right, who the guys you're sitting, Jim?
Right off the bat, I'm sitting Kevin Cobb. I know you're going to be tempted to play him because he's playing against the Rams. This is going to be his back. Listen, there comes a point in time in the season of fantasy football where reputation and name falls wayside to production for this year. And you are what your record is. And this year, you are the player that it shows. And Kevin Cobb is that player this year. And I think
in Arizona, especially. They are who we thought he was.
Yeah,
he is who we thought he was.
So he's my one guy. I'm also probably going to sit Joe Flacco, even though he came back pretty strong yesterday.
Looked great the first time they played against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but it was against Arizona yesterday. I don't think he has another game like that. I think that Pittsburgh looks to really knock the crap out of him, and they do
in
pretty
Pittsburgh.
Regularly. Yeah, they do.
Usually goes the opposite way the first game did.
Sure.
It's going to be a battle, but I wouldn't, if you've got someone else, I'm not against sitting Flacco.
And last but not least, I'm not a homer. Well, I am a homer, but this isn't a homer pick. I would sit Jay Cutler this week. I think the Eagles' defense is coming into shape. I think that their secondary is looking pretty good.
That's
I think
really
that
what
they're gonna intercept the ball no matter who it is. I think that Asamoah has taken this new role of roaming guy a little bit better. He's getting used to it.
And Jay Cutler is that guy who's going to make the mistakes. Just like Tony Romo did. He's going to make the mistakes. He's going to throw a couple of picks. I'm with you. Sit Jay Cutler. So that's it, Jim. That's the quarterbacks for Week 9. Check out running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers coming. Next Monday night, we will be doing a show. It's a matter of whether we're going to be live from the lot at the One Crazy Fan tailgate or here in our headquarters. But check out Fantasy Football Overload next Monday night, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then check out SuicideFantasyFootball.com. You missed out the Second Chance League, which started Week 8. But if you want to, we're going to leave the league open for people. So if you still want to try it out and just see how it works, get a feeling of what it's like to not be out of fantasy football at Week 9, and try it out by next year, you're going to be hooked.
Sure. If you like our videos, subscribe to the feed down below. Send us a friend request. I try my hardest to answer back any comments or anything. One of the two of us will answer back if you have questions or comments on anything we say. Even if you say we suck and the fatter one of the two we use is even stupider, I'm still cool. I'll still
You're looking skinny, Jim, because I'm realizing now we're getting closer in size and I got to start really dieting. Coming back at a